What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back again with the NFL DFS contenders on FanDuel for Sunday Night Football, Packers and Bears. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments section who your favorite plays are, who do you like, who do you not like, what don't you like about the video. I want to know it all. Let me know in the comments. And then finally, go sign up at Prize Picks, presenting sponsor of this video. If you click the link in the description of the video, you'll get up to a $100 instant match deposit bonus, which means if you put in 38 bucks, they're going to match it with 38 bucks. But if you put in the full 100, they will match with that full $100. It's a great deal. There's plenty of tools at Stokastic that can help you out at Prize Picks. You don't need an optimizer. You're picking over-unders, player props. You can net up to 10x your entry fee on a 5-prop win. Now, we're going to round out the bottom of my top 10 with Equanimous St. Brown, Alan Lazard, David Montgomery, Mason Crosby, and Darnell Mooney on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up at number 5, we've got the Packers defense. They're 9,500, projected for 9 fantasy points. Packers are 10-point favorites with a 41.5-point total, which means the Bears aren't projected for all that many points or fantasy points. This could be a big spot for the defense. There's a 5% chance that the Packers defense is your optimal captain. There's a 28% chance that they are optimal at utility. That's enough to get them to 34%, which is pretty clearly in my top 5. 6 percentage points higher than Darnell Mooney right now. I didn't expect to see it, but I guess it makes sense on the surface. The Green Bay Packers defense is not something that you can sleep on tonight. In at number 4, we've got A.J. Dillon. He is 13K, projected for 12.3 fantasy points. This one, he's basically in the optimal lineup, the same as the Packers D, 35% in the aggregate. He's got a 2% chance to go for more than 30, 7% chance that he is in the optimal spot at MVP, plus another 29% at utility. You know they're going to be relying on the running game here because, well, you don't know it, but you assume it based on a 10-point line and the low total. You think you're going to get a lot of work from the running game, and I think that A.J. Dillon looks pretty good. Maybe we'll talk about another running back from the Packers, but at 13K, I think Dillon is worth that price tag. And at 14K, I think Aaron Jones is also worth that price tag. He is projected for 14 fantasy points. Again, big-time favorites here for the Packers. 6.5% chance to go for north of 30. 13% likelihood that he's going to be your MVP. That's one I want to keep an eye on. I want to see the relationship between Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon at MVP and the ownership that they're pulling, because I think we're going to see a gap there somewhere. Another 26% gets Aaron Jones into the utility spot. You're probably looking at needing one of the 2 running backs for Green Bay in every lineup that you're creating. There's a decent chance that you could need them both. Although the salaries are a little bit hectic for that, you're going to need a really specific game script for it. But I don't think that it's outlandish if you want to try to minimize your duplication in a larger field GPP. Right now, I'm giving a slight nod to Aaron Jones over A.J. Dillon, but honestly, the difference between 39% and 35%, not all that huge. At number 2, we take a step up in tier and go to Justin Fields, 15K, projected for 15.5. The Bears are in some trouble here as double-digit underdogs with a low total. 7% chance to go for more than 30. 17% chance he's your optimal MVP, plus another 31% at the flex spot. For Fields, you know that he's a threat on the ground. You're hoping that if this game stays competitive, Fields is doing a lot of that work, but we don't normally see this, and yet we're seeing it here. Even our number 2 guy tonight isn't in the optimal lineup 50% of the time. He's just shy at 48%. So while I like Justin Fields a lot, and I do think he's the second best play that you can get to today, I want to be aware here that more often than not, he is not going to be in the optimal lineup and he's the second best play. That makes tonight very difficult. You see how much it flattens out. St. Brown at 14%. There are a lot of wins that you can get to round out your lineups. Do I like Justin Fields? Yes. Am I going to have him in a lot of lineups? Yes. Do I need to have him in is there a scenario where he's not in the optimal lineup? Yeah, and that scenario happens more frequently than not. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, like, subscribe, and notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at Prize Picks using the link in the description. No real surprise here. Aaron Rodgers at the top of the heap, 16,500, projected for 18 fantasy points, 10-point favorites. He should run this show today. 16% chance he goes for north of 30, 25% chance he's your optimal MVP, which means you need a lot less than 30 fantasy points from Aaron Rodgers to be your optimal at MVP. I think you can get there probably at like 24, 25, maybe even a little less. 30% chance that you can get him at the flex. 16.5 isn't all that crazy. You can get Aaron Rodgers in the optimal lineup at 54% of the time. He's the only guy on the slate to get over that coin flip threshold. I'm not surprised because he's Aaron Rodgers and he does tend to enjoy playing the Chicago Bears. So if you need to pick just one guy to put in a lineup, I don't think anybody's going to be surprised here. That guy is Aaron Rodgers. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NFL DFS contenders for Sunday Night Football. Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears. DraftKings version of this video is around here somewhere, so check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win the money. We're back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.